Alright, we are recording test. What a corny intro. The term changed my life is probably the most overused term in the self-help space. And I mean for good reason, it has a really good track record of performing well on YouTube. So I tend to keep it out of my titles, but when I say that recording myself every week for 4 years here on YouTube changed my life, I really truly mean it. There's no exaggeration. And it's not gonna be the reason most of you are thinking right now. That reason being that it changed my life because it's now my job and I can sustain a living off of it. What I mean is the practice of recording myself consistently out of every other thing that I've done to try and improve myself is the biggest reason as to how I developed into the person I am today. And I honestly didn't even realize it until recently. This is not my car, this is my dad's car. He's letting me borrow for the weekend while he's away. I bet I fooled y'all though, but no, I don't got it like that yet.
I work hard for my ends, at times I gotta repent. Just got paid now.
If you take a look back at my first few videos, you'll notice that I was maybe a level 3 version of what I am now.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Cole Hastings and I'm here to help improve your life.
And yet still, I was making videos on topics like self-help, even though I had nothing to show for it. This brings me to my first observation, that I really faked it till I made it. Now, I've kind of gone over this concept in other videos, but it's simply just the idea that if you want to become a certain person or have your life play out a certain way, you must act as if you are already where you want to be and that you're the person you want to be. A man who has a vision is not able to use the power of it until after he has performed the vision on Earth for the people to see. My vision at the time was a dude who could work whenever he wanted and live anywhere and was confident and was just a happy overall person. Even though I very clearly was not that person in my first few videos, I kept that vision in my head and I asked myself, what would I be like if I was already there? I had already watched enough confident people in movies, TV, and YouTube to get an idea as to how they acted, and of course I was just now diving into the self-development space and watching those types of videos. So I really just kept at it and I knew I had to play a certain role to make it seem like I knew what I was talking about, which I didn't and I still don't, and eventually I just absorbed that YouTube Cole into my actual personality and I became that person.
I also found to my surprise that talking to the camera was vastly improving my social skills.
Of course it's not a real person and it can't really compare to that, but for someone who had trouble talking to people so much as a kid and therefore didn't really ever practice harnessing good social skills, talking to this camera was such a great way to practice talking in a more charismatic way and having the right body language and just learning about the flow of conversation. Also, I'm out in public right now recording with a bunch of people around me looking at me, and I don't care anymore because of doing this for so long and recording myself for so long. It got rid of my social anxiety.
Getting bit by bugs.
I believe creativity is like a muscle that can be developed and enhanced over time. Now, like muscles, you must train them consistently in order for this to happen. Since the beginning of my YouTube journey, I had the goal of uploading at least once per week. Having that goal and that outlet to be creative is the reason why I believe I'm able to be creative consistently today. Some creatives and artists believe that creativity can only happen once in a blue moon and that consistency kills creativity, but for me, it's been the complete opposite. If I do something creative consistently, it's much easier for me to be more creative frequently, and having to record myself every week has allowed me to do that. This next reason is probably the biggest and most influential reason that recording myself every week changed my life, and that is the fact that it is the biggest contributor to my self-awareness, and it made me make sure that I was evolving.
I want to talk more endlessly.
I think most of life's problems, like how to be happy and confident, not being disciplined, and not knowing how to push through tough times, comes from a lack of self-awareness. So what do I really mean by these two words? To me, self-awareness is just knowing what you do and don't like, and knowing how and why you act a certain way in a situation. It's knowing your own motives, desires, and feelings and why they arise.
This wasn't my intention when I first started this YouTube channel. I just wanted to help people and make videos. But now when I reflect back on the past 4 years, this channel is almost like a collection of video diaries of my evolution throughout life, and that's actually why I've changed my YouTube banner and bio to represent this. Ultimately, what I want this channel to be is just me documenting documenting what I've learned over the years, my experiences, in the hopes that my video diaries can inspire or positively impact others. I now have 300 plus videos of me evolving throughout my life. I can go into each video and see how much I've changed even from a year ago. My intentions with certain things and why I do what I do and all my motives are all there for me to see, and that is an invaluable asset to have. And that is how I always want my channel to be. Honestly, a lot of you will probably lose interest in watching me after the next year goes by because I'll constantly be changing. I never want to make content about the same shit over and over because that just hinders my evolution. So you can stop asking me when I'm going to make a nofap video. If some of y'all in the comments start saying, oh, I miss the old Cole, that's going to be a positive indication for me that I'm growing. So long as I don't evolve into a massive prick and my core principles like being kind to others and doing good don't change. Now, obviously with these videos, I also have to write a script. And since this channel is basically just me documenting my progress throughout life, it's essentially a creative journaling practice. I feel as though I'm able to express my thoughts in who I truly am exponentially better ever since I started writing consistently. It's basically the same practice as journaling, but with a specific intention and topic. Honestly, I'm not really sure how a script will turn out once I get an idea for a video, but if I have a topic, I'll just start writing. And in the middle of writing scripts, I'll write something that has been lodged within my subconscious that I couldn't fully comprehend until I manifested it into the physical through words. And that again is another invaluable asset to have. There's a few things that I would like you to take away from this video, but it really just boils down to one sentence. Start documenting and expressing your life in some way consistently. It just so happened to be that my most enjoyable way of documenting my life was through making these videos, and in the video making is where I truly found myself, but there's a multitude of other ways to do this. It could be as simple as just journaling whatever comes to your mind. It could be creating paintings or drawings that express your feelings in a given day or month or even year. And whatever you do, just make sure you do it consistently at least once a week. Because the more that you do one of these ways of documenting your unique journey, the more that you'll be able to find yourself.